Hello everyone, I'm Chris Martinson of Peak Prosperity. It is Friday, July 28th, 2017. Hey, this is your weekly update. As you can tell, going casual. It's summer, height of summer, and I've just thought I'd roll with that. Now, a lot's been happening, and I usually talk about the markets, but I want to talk to you about something slightly off the reservation today, if I could put it that way, and it's this. We don't really live as free people at this point in time. And the most important part of that is that our minds aren't free. We're indoctrinated, we're enculturated, our schools teach us away, our parents, our upbringing, our peer pressure. All of these things conspire to get our minds locked into a way, and this is something that I want to break our way of thinking around. That's my role in the world. And I don't do this to be a troublemaker. I do this because actually deep down, the thing I care about most is elevating my personal happiness. And for that, I have to have two things in my life. I have to have meaning and purpose. And as a younger person, I found that meaning and purpose outside of myself. I found it in my job, in my relationship as it reflected back to me, in things like my possessions. Even having children or accumulating properties or things like that all became ways of from the outside in saying, yeah, I'm doing good work. And I'm at a stage of my life now where I'm at this next stage, which says it's actually on the inside. So as you know, if you've been following my work, we have three things we do at Peak Prosperity. There's the knowing. We're all about the knowing. We are an educational organization. Come to our website, Peak Prosperity. Man, tons of knowing, right? We got the crash course. We've got all the related material that we've been building around that. Thousands of articles, hundreds of thousands of words written on the idea of how do we know the world we live in. And that's exciting, and we're going to keep doing that. I got some really exciting stuff that's going to come out about science and what science is telling us about the nature of the world we live in. Spoiler alert, it kind of dovetails increasingly eerily with things that mystics used to tell us and that spiritual leaders used to tell us about the nature of reality and things like that. Our DNA talks to the world now, we understand. Scientifically proven. I'll make the case that's coming in the future. That's the knowing. The doing. The book Prosper, 8 Forms of Capital. How can you build your personal resilience while also increasing your quality of life today? Prepare for an uncertain future, but make today better. Hey, win-win. There's no way to lose in that story. That's exciting. And the third part of the story is the being. Knowing, doing, being. Now, it's on that last part, I see people increasingly unhappy today. Existentially unhappy. They're in jobs that they decide on some deep level are meaningless and purposeless. But man, you waste time and you earn a paycheck. Soul crushing, right? But more than that, we know that we are not inhabiting this planet in a way that's to our highest potential. So people will often project what they think is our highest potential onto these amazing technological discoveries we're making. And believe me, they're amazing. I love what science and technology are doing. Big discussion this week in our Off the Cuff with Dave Fairtex talking about artificial intelligence and quantum computing and what that will really mean to us possibly. We're all guessing at this point. Amazing things there, but the technology is just one facet of what it really means to live into your full human potential. And not all of us should be or could be or want to be technologists. Some of us are artists. Some of us are storytellers. Some of us are teachers. Some of us are mothers and fathers extraordinarily, grandparents extraordinarily. Some of us are the creators of the next great novel, the next great idea comes down through. That's what it means to live into our full potential. And here's why I started with this idea that we're not really free. Almost everything about our culture here in the United States, Europe, about the same, across a lot of Asia, about the same, is geared on this one idea, which is that you should stay small. That you should fritter your time and not find the things in your life that are your unique gifts. And I stand before you as an amazingly lucky human being because somehow I got the support, I got the resources, I had the opportunities to find what I'm really actually good at, and I get to do that in the world. And that gives me a sense of meaning and purpose. And that's amazing. And I'm not even remotely saying you should do exactly what I do because This is who I am. And you are who you are. But this is the opportunity of the time we live in right now. The old story is breaking apart. We can see that in all sorts of ways. The invitation is to either step into this breaking apart story and be swept along by it, or to figure out how you are going to step outside of that and contribute to the next story that's being written, even as you listen to this. So that's the world we live in. It's actually very exciting. It's scary, of course. It's uncertain, of course. But it's really exciting. And so that's what I'm seeing this week as I start to step into summer and have more contemplative thoughts, is that this world we're inhabiting, the reason you are here today, the reason you agreed to be born into this time, if you look at it spiritually that way, is because these moments are going to call us all to greatness. This is our moment to shine. So shine or not shine, whatever. But I've decided to shine. And increasingly large numbers of people have decided to shine. This is the most exciting time to be alive. It really is. And first you have to understand what's actually happening. And then you have to decide what you're going to do about it. And then more importantly, you have to decide how you're going to be with that. And so that last part is the trickiest. It's the least quantitative. It's the most qualitative. And we have a seminar that we just announced. It's coming up at Row this November. It just got put up on our website at Peak Prosperity, talking about that exact component. It's going to be very limited. It's not for everybody. It's actually only for people who have been through one of our earlier seminars. It's very exclusive, but we're going to really go deep into that idea of how do we bring our best selves into this time. So we've got that. And also this week, to get back to sort of the more mundane of the world, we're talking this week, we have a two-parter I just wrote, came out today. It's about how the markets are really actually structurally broken and what that means. And what it means is this: when the markets finally do give up the ghost after all of the central bank money printing, it's going to change very quickly. There's going to be a really sharp set of breaks. And when that happens, people won't have time to really react because of the structure of the markets. If you don't understand high-frequency trading, if you don't understand computer algorithms, if you don't understand how the markets are constructed, that understanding again, you won't know what to do about that. So once you have the understanding of how our markets are actually structured and broken, you will, once you have that, you will have the opportunity to know what you should do about that. So that's it. I'm being very philosophical today, but increasingly this is where my mind is. But I'll leave you with this. I am exceedingly happy with who I am, the role I get to play, and this is a really exciting time to be alive. And I can't wait to join you and have you join me on this exquisite journey. It's amazing. So with that, I will see you next week, and I will be reporting from a very different location next week. So see you then.